guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to our March TBR. I was gonna say book chat, not yet. Our March TBR. We are in the third month of the year, and we all know what happens in the month of March. That's when spring is going to spring on us, and I feel like I need to read some lighter books here. So we're still going to be in that same genre, but we're going to be focusing mostly on mysteries because I read a lot of books. If you go back and look at the February wrap up, there were a lot of books, y'all. There was a lot of disturbing books. There was a lot going on. So I want to kind of change it up. I want to read books that are lighter and make me think of spring when I look at the cover. So that is what we're going to read. So let's get into those books. The first one is Ms. Planksky's Revenge by Spencer Quinn. Now this one is just like a cream cover, but the reason like I said, chose some of these is because they're mysteries, and the mysteries I tend to read tend to be lighter. Excuse me, they're not as intense as the other like thrillers and horrors, so that is why I picked this one up. And it's about, you know, I like a good story about a good old person, right? So this one is about Ms. Planksky, Loretta Planksky. She's 70 years old. She becomes a widow, or she is a widow, a recent widow, and you know, she's just living her life, and she gets scammed. And she decides that she is going to find the man who has scammed her. So she runs all over the world chasing after the person who has scammed her and taken her money. So this is the first book that we are going to be reading this month. The next one is The Sunset Years of Agnes Sharp. This one, I believe, is a series, the Miss Sharp Investigate series. This is by Leonie Swann. That's how I think you pronounce that. And this one, it's funny because it's about Agnes. She lives at this place called Sunset Hall, and she lives with a few other people, and someone discovers a body. And you would think, ooh, there's a body? What's going on? So, wait a minute. Did I get it wrong? Oh, I wasn't wrong. Okay, I was like, who the heck is this person? So she's just like, oh crap, they found this body. We're going to have to come up with a story. She knows that there is a body. The body belongs to a person named Lilith. But they're thinking that the body they found was Lilith, and then they realize that it's not Lilith's body. So they're like, oh, we just need to somehow get Lilith's body in the same place so they could think that's how Lilith died. That's basically the gist of it. So they are trying to figure out how to cover up this other body. So I'm like, okay, old folks be doing some things sometimes. And I'm just really interested in to find out what Agnes got going on. So that's that one. Now this one truly makes me think of spring. It is called The Gardener's Plot. It is by Deborah J. Benoit. Benoit. I think that's how you say that. So this one is basically about a young woman. She basically has this like community garden situation, and she gets into it. With no. I gotta think about this one because I feel like I'm making shit up. I know what's going on. Okay, I was wrong. Here's what this book is about. So there's this woman named Maggie who signs up to help her friend Violet with this community garden. But the day that they're supposed to open the garden, they can't find Violet. No other workers are there, and then all of a sudden, what she finds is like a boot buried in the plot and a body. So she's like, okay, who's this person in this plot? Where's Violet and what the heck is going on? Y'all, I had to think. Like I said, some of these books have been on my bookshelf for so long, and I don't want to just read the inside of the cover. So I'm trying to give y'all the gist, and I kind of don't want to like bring all of the happenings to my mind. I kind of want to go in blind, but that's what's happening. So Maggie is working at this community garden with her friend Violet. Violet's nowhere to be found. None of the gardeners, the other people helping her, to be found, and there's a boot in the body buried in a plot. So that's what that's about. So this next one is called Book for Murder. It's by PJ Nelson. I actually just recently got this one, and I was like, if this is not a book lover's dream, I absolutely love this freaking cover. I would love this like on a sweatshirt or on like a tote bag or something. I think it's so cute. But this one is about a girl. She inherits a bookstore in a small town from like her grandmother. And there is a clause that she has to live in the city, run the bookshop for a year before she can officially inherit it. She's not mad at having the bookshop, but there's somebody who's trying to get her out. So basically, this person is like trying to create all these situations to make her want to leave. And that's why she's like, well, I can't even sell it if I wanted to because I have to be here for a year. So she is tasked with finding out why someone wants her to leave. Like, why is it that they don't want her to be there and in that bookstore? So that's what this one's about. Now, this next one, you've heard me talk about this gang. Not necessarily a springy cover, but all of the books in the series to me are amazing. They're funny, they're light. It's about a group of, my favorite kind of people, my oldies, and they solve mysteries. Some of them or they solve murders, because the mysteries typically include a murder in basically in proximity, either at the retirement home that they live in or connected to someone at the retirement home. This one, I don't know exactly what it's about. It's called The Last Devil to Die. It's by Richard Osman. But every single one of these that I have read, I've thoroughly enjoyed. This is the last one that has come out, and I've been holding off on reading it because I'm like, do we not get any more? But I need the lightness of this, so I'll definitely be reading that. The last one is We Solve Murders, and this is by Richard Osman as well. And the reason I'm choosing this is because his mysteries are always light, and I'm pretty sure this one will be as well. I can't remember exactly what this is about, but there are going to be people trying to solve murders. That much I can tell you. This one actually came out last year, so definitely excited to get into that one as well. Not sure if that's a series too, or if it's just like a standalone. Now, the other books that I am going to read, they don't really fall into the category of mystery, horror, or thriller. And I know some of you are probably like, but wait, you said that's all you read. Yes, that and Disney books. So I have the entire Twisted Tale collection. And not last October, but the October before that, I was reading them for like the month of October. So if you want to hear about the first set of books in the series, I'll go ahead and link that. But I want to go ahead and finish this Twisted Tale series because I do want to buy the Villain series. And I feel like before I buy that one, I should finish this one first. So that is the goal. So I'll be reading these as well. Now, these are really good for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, Disney. These are like some of the best retellings of Disney stories. They're called A Twisted Tale because it's like you thought you knew the truth, and you didn't. And that's what you get from these books. So this one is When You Wish Upon a Star. This is the retelling for Pinocchio. And it says, what if the blue fairy wasn't supposed to help Pinocchio? This one is by Elizabeth Lim. The next one is Almost There, which is the Tale of Tiana. And it says, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? This one is by Farrah Rochon. The next one is What Once Was Mine. This one is the story of Rapunzel. What if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? And this one is by Liz Braswell. Liz Braswell is like one of my favorites out of all the authors that write these. We have Go the Distance, which is the story of Hercules. What if Meg had to become a Greek god? This one is by Jen Calonita. The next one is Unbirthday, and this is the story of Alice in Wonderland. What if Wonderland was in peril and Alice was very, very late? And this one is by Liz Braswell. And then the last one is, this is one of the newer ones. It's Fate Be Changed. This is the story of Merida. And what if the witch gave Merida a different spell? And this one's by Farrah Rochon. So these, and this one's super cool. Look at that. This one's like a shiny cover. The other ones are matte. But those are the books that I'm going to be reading. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 10, 12. So we have 12 books, and I think in February we had 12 as well. So we have 12 books on our TBR that we're going to try to get through in the month of March. Let me know if you've read any of these, or what you plan on reading in the month of March. For those of you who are new here, my name is Sho'Shanna. Thank you for coming. Stick around and join the family, because we have a good time. It's a good time over here. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back constantly. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.